Most founders sound exactly like the competition. If you want to be competitive in a crowded market, you can't just be better, you have to be different. I'm your host, Cameron Olds.
And I'm Dallin Merrill, and we're here to talk about how you can avoid being mistaken for your competition, differentiate your brand, and ultimately create a lasting competitive advantage for yourself in the market.
Welcome to Differentiate or Die. This episode of Differentiate or Die is brought to you by MessageOS. And by brought to you by, we mean written by.
If your team describes your product 10 different ways, your product is no longer differentiated. It's confusing, and so are your customers.
MessageOS helps big teams keep every sales deck, social caption, and support reply on message and on brand.
Clear, consistent, differentiated. Every time someone talks about you.
See how it works at protagonistcomms.co. Okay, if there was an AI agent that would handle your sales pipeline for you, would you sign up for it? If no, why not?
That would handle your pipeline? Say that
sales
again.
Pipeline. Yep, sales pipeline.
Sales pipeline. Yeah, if it was effective. Might as well. Like, that'd be great. I feel like I was thinking about this the other day. Like, there's never shortcuts. I don't know. There's not never shortcuts, but if you're trying to shortcut your way to making money, it's not going to work. There are tools that can help you be better, but I would bet that, yes, it might help, but if you don't have a good offer, if you don't have a good, I don't know, there's so many things that go into it. If you're just trying to have AI like solve all your problems, it's not going to work. It might be a really good tool to use though. So enlighten me, Cameron. I don't know who we're talking about, but I'm very curious.
Have you ever heard of Gong?
Nope.
Have you ever heard of Attention?
Nope, neither of those.
Okay, cool. Well, we are looking at Gong and Attention today. And I really don't know how to explain what they do, even after reading their website. So I think the best thing to do, and maybe that's foreshadowing for the grades we'll give them, but the best thing to do is probably just hop on and look at their websites. So are you ready for Gong?
Yeah, let's take a look. I mean, that is foreshadowing because we've talked about this before. If you can't explain your product well, then you're really struggling. I think it often comes down to what are you trying to solve for the customer generally when you're talking about confusion. Yeah,
I think the thing that, well, I'll get into what I think is missing, but here, if you go to Gong, and it's Gong, that's like gong, like a Chinese gong. I'm kind of sick, so people might not understand what I'm saying, but if you go to gong.io, this is what you see. The number one AI operating system for revenue teams.
No.
Built to help your revenue team crush goals, close with confidence, and keep growing. Ring the gong, deal after deal, quarter after quarter. Oh, I guess it comes from, maybe the gong thing is a Wall Street thing. I think they do hit the gong at the opening and close of markets, so that makes sense. But anyway.
Okay, fine. I don't care either way. This is ridiculous. The number one AI operating system, Cameron, I'm getting major bad vibes from this of, are we Podium? Are we ClickUp? Are we...
Right, yeah. There's the quote unquote best description I found for Gong that they give of themselves is this little eyebrow description thing above here and it says Gong Revenue AI OS, which is 4 really confusing words right after another. Intuitively, I understand, I know what AI is. I kind of know what an OS is. I know what revenue is, but I don't know what those 3 words mean together because I've never seen them put together like they are now. And so that for me, increases my cognitive load. I'm like, what does that mean when those 3 words are put together? And this is all happening like at a subconscious level. Like I just broke it down like part for part, what happens in my brain, like the functions my brain is like entering. But this happens for everyone, I would imagine, when they read something they don't understand. They're just like, their brain's trying to pick it apart. And if they don't have a nice, neat category to place it in, they just come back with an error, like a 404 error or something like that. Anyway.
Yeah, totally. I would go straight to the picture down below if I read that, which is what they probably expect people to do. Yeah.
No, I think so too. I mean, it's a little animated GIF of like the little bot going through all of the different deals and giving summaries and saying, hey, I found a place where you can improve this and you can ask about deals and prices and so on and so forth. So it's a little animated product explainer. But
it looks like it's like in their email, maybe.
Well, I think it. And they kind of mentioned this down below, but this hints that this leads to the problem that they have, which is they don't really do a good job of explaining what the frick it is, because it integrates with your CRM. And so, I'm pretty sure it integrates with your CRM. When I was scrolling there earlier, I saw the word CRM in the mix. So I know that it has something to do with the CRM. I just don't know what the frick it is. So
yeah, okay. So it gives you revenue tips in your CRM.
Well, it says revenue team crush goals, close with confidence and growing. So the H1, H2, the hero, I have no idea what it does. No idea at all. I know it has to do with revenue. I know it has to do with AI, and it's an operating system, but I don't know what that means. If we scroll down, they have some social proof here. Gong is a leader in the 2025 Gartner Magic Quadrant for Revenue Action Orchestration. Again, revenue action orchestration. What does that mean? What does that mean? Gong placed highest among 12 vendors evaluated in ability to execute as well as furthest to completeness of vision. I don't know what that means. Like, if I'm here, like, I'm just a little old sales dude that's trying to make more money, dude. Like, I'm just trying to, like, I'm either, like, making money and I need help organizing my ish so that I don't go insane and not losing deals because I'm so unorganized. Or I just need some help maybe with some efficiency stuff because I'm behind on follow-ups or whatever, like that's all I'm looking for, but they've given none of that to me.
Amen. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's kind of a deal. So, but yeah, Gong is the sales tool. Like Gong has taken the world by storm. Gong is the sales tool that has taken the world by storm, the sales world by storm, except its messaging is super confusing.
Yeah.
It's like, if you know, wink, wink. Like, you have to be a part of the sales bro club in order to have this make sense.
So stupid.
So here's the first. So winning go-to-market organizations run revenue on Gong. I don't know what it means to run revenue. Drive productivity, predictability, and growth with revenue AI. I just don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand what it is. PitchBook is 10% more efficient. So there's little tabs down here. One says productivity, predictability, and another says growth. If you click on productivity, it says PitchBook is 10 times more efficient with revenue AI. Kick busy work to the curb and help your entire go-to-market team focus on what matters, winning. And then there's a little testimonial from a client. Predictability, Upwork's RevOps team rockets to 95% sales forecast accuracy by using Gong. So I guess it's sales forecasting.
I mean, that's the first thing I actually understand.
Yeah, I get sales forecast. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. But I had to click to get it, Yeah, I don't know. If we keep going down, there's this other section that says the world's richest revenue graph, a team of specialized AI agents, and an app that your team loves to use, all designed to help your revenue team win. Again, it's just saying more of nothing. It's just saying more of the confusing words that confused you in the first place. Like, I don't understand. I still don't understand what all this means. Revenue graph, like, does that have to do with the revenue forecast? A specialized team of AI agents?
And richest? Like, what are we talking about richest?
And like
most detailed is kind of what I'm getting from that.
specialized AI agents, like I understand what AI agents are a little more because like we're building stuff, but I don't know what's special. Like how are they specialized? Anyway,
Yeah.
power your revenue engine with AI from prospecting to expansion. AI applications purpose built for revenue teams with tuned agents powering your workflows. It's just, dude, they say one confusing thing that confuses you, and then they, instead of clarifying it below, they just keep using the same confusing terms over and over again without adding any explanation as to what it is.
This might be the worst one I've seen, Cameron. Have we seen one more confusing than this?
No, I mean, maybe. This definitely ranks up there with them, though. And like, I'm sure it's a cool product. They wouldn't be this big if it wasn't a cool product. But if they're trying to win, I don't know what their customer acquisition strategy is, and we'll see later on with the other channels they have on LinkedIn and what they're saying there. But like, if you're using this language to win new customers, I think you're just making it really, really tough for them to even understand what you do so that they can make a decision.
Yeah. I mean, I think part of our problem is neither of us have been part of a revenue team in a big company. Like,
this is also true.
We're not their target market,
noting.
probably.
Yeah.
And I think that's worth noting. Like, that's true. So maybe a revenue team member would understand this better. But we had an example a while ago. I'm trying to remember what companies they were. That was similar. It was for a specific target audience, and one did it really well, and one did it really poorly, where no matter whether you were part of that target market or not, it was still understandable. So, like, I don't care if you're going after a specific target audience that they know specific language. That doesn't mean you need to make your product more confusing. It doesn't make you. Oh, I know what it was. It was coding with AI. That's what it was. I don't remember the two companies, but there was one that was.
And Cursor?
I think so. I'm pretty sure one of them was pretty good, and the other was like very, very confusing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. We've not been a part of huge revenue teams, sales teams, but like we do run sales for Protagonist. Like we are the go-to-market team for Protagonist, and this says winning go-to-market organizations. So maybe organization infers that it's bigger, but either way, like I'm all up in the sales thing. I guess not for big companies, but like I should be able to like understand this.
Yeah.
And here's maybe the point: is this is good practice for messaging. Even people outside your target demographic should be able to understand what it is you do. Like that's a good baseline. I need people who have no idea what go-to-market teams are like to still understand what Gong does. Like if I was in charge of that. Go ahead. Sorry.
Because who's going to sign off on purchasing this?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
CRO.
maybe it's the chief revenue officer. Maybe he has the power, right? But maybe it's the CEO, right? Maybe he's the one that signs off on purchasing stuff like this. If he doesn't understand what's on the website, why would he give an okay for that, right? So I don't know. I just think there's like you need to also understand that it's probably not the only people that are going to see your website and understand like that have power over who purchases this. Like you should make sure that the CEO understands what's on your website. If he ever asks the CRO what's going on and why are we paying for this service?
Yeah, I mean, it probably depends. I would say it depends on the size of the company, but I don't think, because I was very involved, not very involved. I had a front row seat to the inner workings of one C-suite of a really large multi-billion-dollar company, and sometimes they were involved with purchases and licenses of software and things, and other times they weren't. So it's kind of, I guess it's kind of, anyway, I digress.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's often, right? Like the CRO probably has the power to do it, but like when they're trying to cut down on things or whatever, like if the CRO needs to go and explain it to someone else that doesn't understand, it would be nice to have a legible website. a readable,
Sure.
understandable website for someone else that's not directly related to it.
A simple, repeatable message that everyone could just use.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Down
Or
here,
if they go out and talk to their spouse at home about this new cool thing they're using. I don't know. Just anybody. It's not. Yeah. I digress. Sorry, I got caught in the weeds there.
if we scroll down, I think we finally get to some of the features that actually explain what it does. So there's 5 different cards here. The first one says Gong, engage, prioritize and personalize every sales engagement, send pipeline to the moon with AI keeping communications targeted and efficient. Okay, so personalization, like that's a thing that I understand. AI personalization. The next card says Gong forecast. Forecast accuracy and org-wide action become second nature with unbiased insights and centralized analytics. Cool. I get forecast. We already talked about that. Gong agents is the next card. Get help with the grunt work. Discover how Gong agents automate follow-ups, pipeline edits, and enablement triggers and forecast corrections. Okay, so like we have personalization, forecast, and automation. Sales personalization, sales forecasting, and sales automation. And then down here,
that's way better.
Gong revenue graph, a living network of your revenue data that automatically captures and connects with every interaction across your business. So this is like revenue reporting. Gong Collective is robust integrations and services expertly curated to help any enterprise. And then I guess that's like a community thing. But like those 4, personalization, forecasting, automation, and reporting. Like that's like I know what those 4 things are. That makes more sense to me than revenue AI OS.
Yeah, me too. I like all of those things.
Yeah, but like okay, but I can see how they got here. Saying all those things, I can see how they were like, oh, the 4 of those together make an operating system for your revenue teams. I can see where they got there. I just think it was it's not, I don't know. It's not good practice. It's not best practice for messaging, for explanation at all.
No.
So that's pretty much it. After that, they just have a bunch of testimonials and FAQs. So should we take a look at their LinkedIn?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, here we go. Gong.io. AIOS for revenue teams. At least they're consistent. Well done.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. The overview says, transform how your revenue team wins with AI. The Gong Revenue AI operating system brings customer data, insights, and workflows together in one trusted place. 5,000 companies rely on Gong to understand their business better, automate workflows, and win more. That's better to me than what they have on the website.
Yeah, I think so too.
Even like, I like that sentence. So they say it's the AI operating system, and then they give an explanation of what that means. It brings customer data, insights, and workflows together in one trusted place. They could have gone, it would have been even better, I think, if they had used those 4 boring layman terms of like forecasting, personalization, automation, and reporting. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm excited about the next one. See if they improve on simple, effective messaging, because right now I understand it now, but that took me a long time to get there.
Yeah, it took me a long time to get there. They have an Instagram too. Same thing, the revenue AI OS. And then their X account, also the Gong Revenue AI OS. So at least they're consistent. They get a star from me for consistency already, for sure.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, dude. I mean, if we were to diagnose the problem that they have from a messaging standpoint, because we can't really compare. We can't comment on differentiation because we haven't looked at them yet, at attention yet. But like from a messaging standpoint, you're a messaging doctor, Daryl. Diagnose their illness.
Straight up, they need to get message playbook workshop done. They just need clarity. They need to realize that the company is more than their features and more than talking loudly at an audience, a single specific audience that still might not know everything they're talking about. What they need is, who's the hero? What's the problem? What are they looking for? And how does your company solve that in a unique way? Like, that's all they need. Like, that's how you win. And they didn't do that. Like, it's now ineffective. Their website is completely ineffective to me because it's a throw up of features. And I just don't think that that's a great way to be messaging. I think probably initially they did a better job. Now that they've grown and people are just like AI, like I'm sure when AI came out, everybody was searching for, how can I use AI to help my revenue team? How can I help AI to help my revenue team? And this would pop up,
Mm-hmm.
And they'd look at, there are different options and they choose one. But like, man, they're making it hard to say, okay, well, what is the revenue team's problem? Like, what is generally issues they have? There was the very first tile there was all about personalizing each customer interaction. You could create a full messaging around that, right? Like, are your customers tired of hearing blah, 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 that's unpersonalized and whatever? That's a great messaging in itself. Now you're messaging of, hey, like, we're gonna help you become a better, we're gonna help you more effectively get revenue from your customers because we personalize it. And that's where they come in as the guide, because our AI helps you, because it's integrated with everything else that you do. So I don't know. I really think they missed on that, and there's a lot of things that they could have done. But they need message playbook to do that.
Mm-hmm. I think that I think the main thing that they suffer from, that I would diagnose them with, is just unclear messaging. And what happens when your messaging is really, really confusing to your people? It's just a turnoff. I think eventually they probably will. If you're convincing enough and if you're pervasive enough in their feeds and stuff, and they're trying to learn about you, I think eventually they will buy from you. I just think that it's a turn off. They just turn you off in the moment. It's like you're too complicated. It's like reading a science textbook.
Yeah.
It's homework. I don't want to do homework. I just need to know in a relatively short amount of time, i.e. like reading a headline and a subheadline, is this for me? And words like revenue, AI, and OS, when you smack them together, they confuse more than they actually enlighten people. So that's the main thing I would say that they need work on, is just clarity. They're using big, flashy VC words that probably got them lots of funding, but aren't so successful at getting them lots of customers. And I don't know, maybe that's, they're obviously growing, so maybe they've got something figured out. But their messaging, man, talk about confusing. All right, let's turn our attention to attention.
I see what you did there.
If you go to attention.com, this is what you see. AI agents that learn from your best sales conversations. Attention records your sales touch points across meetings, emails, calls, CRMs, and more. Our AI agents learn from that data and automate busy work, follow-ups, next steps, CRM updates, coaching scorecards, and more. Stop losing winnable deals to process and start automating.
Way better.
Way better.
Way, way, way better. In fact, Cameron, I kind of nailed it. Come on, give it to me. I kind of nailed that.
Nailed what?
I said this is kind of what the last one should have done.
Oh, 100%. If you scroll down, you get lots of logos of companies they've worked with. And then you get AI sales agents. You get the section on AI sales agents. So it says, automate your sales workflows. Too many winnable deals are lost due to process gaps. Great problem language. Gong didn't have problem language at all. Attention AI's sales agent automates your process, giving your team confidence to focus on the human side of selling. Cool. Very cool. I get that. The next one is call recordings and transcription. Your sales calls are your best go-to-market data set. Capture them. That's cool.
Yeah.
Attention records, attention records, transcribes, and summarizes your meeting across all call recording platforms. Very cool. Very cool. AI coaching scorecards, the feedback your team needs to close more deals. This is cool. So it's like AI coaching now. But I get what coaching is. I was in sports in high school. I watch sports. I watch football. Like, I know what a coach is. You just got to anchor them to something that's like a low cognitive load, like just a category, a bucket, like just something that people automatically recognize and go, I know what that is. Like AI coaching is better than whatever the frick Gong was doing. But yeah, it says the feedback your team needs to close more deals. Attention AI reviews your sales team's calls and auto-generates scorecards based off of any framework. Very cool. Very, very cool.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
See, whoever created this website works very closely with their customers.
Yes.
Right? Like they work with their customers and they know what questions their customers are asking, and they stuck them right here on the front of their website.
Yes. 100%.
It's genius. It's genius, right?
Yeah.
Like, talk to some of your sales guys when you're creating your website.
100%.
Like, they probably know how to close a deal really, really well. And you random other person who thinks you know what people are asking is probably wrong.
Yep. I think that's great. Also, I should say that back to, we were talking about it earlier, but like I am currently in the market for this type of thing because I am now working lots of sales calls because our leads are coming in so hot. And I was looking for a way to record sales conversations and hopefully get some type of feedback and coaching on what exactly I'm doing wrong and why I'm not closing more deals, you know? So like I read this as I was reading it, I had the light go off in my head. Oh, this is exactly what I need. I 100% need this. Gong, no freaking clue. Like I'm in the market, dude. I'm in a market. I'm evaluating options, and attention.com won me over from Gong because their messaging was clear. So what happens when two companies offer the same product, but one explains it more clearly than the other? They get the indecisive ones first. If it's really for them, they get the indecisive ones first. They capture the swing voters. That's who it goes to. Is if you have if your messaging is clearer than your opponents, and you both offer relatively the same product, the clearer one will get the unconvinced buyers and convert them rather than the competitor. Because it's just easy. The people see themselves in it. It's easy to understand.
It's amazing how much better this one is.
Yeah, 100%. Then there's some reviews, get started. Yep, that's pretty much it. And then talks about integrations and all that stuff. That's just table stakes, which they put at the bottom. Good for you, attention. Integration.
This is great.
Yeah, fantastic. They only have a LinkedIn, so they're on the shorter side to compare. So if we go to their LinkedIn, this is what it says. Enterprise grade AI for sales. Automate work out of your sales conversations. Meh. Not as consistent. It took none of what I loved from the website and applied it here.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Attention is the most powerful sales intelligent platform, helping businesses unlock their full potential. Useless. Unlock full potential. Useless language. Our fully integrated AI-powered sales agent automatically fills out CRMs after calls, scores, conversations, and opportunities, and helps you run GPT-type search across your... Okay, so... yeah, there we go.
Wow, Cameron. Good for them.
Yeah, good for attention. So if we were to pass judgment, I would give Gong, I think, 1 star for consistency, but 0 stars for differentiation and 0 stars for clarity. I'd give attention... I'd give attention 1 for clarity, 0 for consistency. I might actually give them a star for differentiation because they had that AI coaching deal in there that I didn't see in Gong. So, I mean, that might not be a long-term differentiator, but it still was different enough for me where it swayed me. I immediately saw that and I was like, oh, I want that. That's what I'm looking for. So Gong gets one star, attention gets 2.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's what I would give them too. Great job, guys. That's it is paramount that you don't confuse your audience, no matter who it is, because you might get a sale because you're not confusing them. This is, I think, I really thought that talking to your sales team when you're looking at your front page is probably a really, really good idea. I'd never really thought about that before, but I think that they know your product better than almost anyone, and they know how it sells well because they're doing these calls every day. So if you're looking for a way to improve your messaging, either talk to them or come to us at protagonistcomms.co and we can help you out. And we'll see you on the next pod.